Well, because there is such nice weather, we know all families here in the Triad are going to be eager to trick or treat tonight. So we want to talk about safety being the top priority. I'm joined by Cone Health Injury Prevention Coordinator with Safe Guilford, Leah Jordan here. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I know you're also a mom, so this really is personal to you too. All of us want our kids to be safe and have a happy and fun Halloween, but we know there are dangers out there, unfortunately. Let's start with this warning that I saw from the Guilford and Forsyth County Sheriff's offices this week about candy that looks like candy, but it's actually THC infused gummies and sweet tart looking things, and that's very dangerous.
Right, so we do want to stress that parents always inspect every piece of candy before giving it to their child because of the THC infused items or anything else that might look like candy that is not. And then any homemade items, probably stay away from those unless it's from a trusted source.
Yeah.
Right, and just the inspection is really important.
We have some video of those little sweet tart looking things police and sheriff's deputies were warning about. They look so real. Kids might, just rip open the bag. You have to have this conversation before. I mean, I'm talking to my kids, hey, we're not going to dive into the candy until we get home. Then we can choose maybe 2 pieces to eat before bed.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Okay, so let's talk about costumes. They're getting more and more elaborate every year. I mean, gone are the days, right, when we just put a pillowcase over our heads and cut out eyeballs. They're very elaborate. Some have these long trains, and that can become a fire hazard. Yeah,
so we do see upticks in trips, falls, and burns at Halloween. Yeah. So we want to make sure that the costumes fit, that they're not dragging the ground, so that if there were a pumpkin on the porch that has a flame, they don't get that caught in the flame. And for adults who do have pumpkins on the porch, make sure you're using battery-operated lights instead of those open flames.
That's a good idea.
We want to make sure the children are visible. Yes. So either light-colored costumes, or you can add reflective tape and carry glow sticks or flashlights.
I like the reflective tape idea and the flashlights. And even reflectors for strollers. We have some flashing lights on ours because we have young kids. Anything that makes you more visible to drivers who are coming home from work, perhaps, at the hour your child's heading out to trick or treat.
Yes, so the peak trick-or-treating hours are 5:30 to 9:30, and they are coming home. We want to stress for drivers to be careful, go slow, make sure your lights are on, and to get rid of any distractions like your phone.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, especially for those of us parents walking around too. We're taking the pictures, but we really need to keep our wits about us. Let's talk about masks. Visibility is also a big concern with costumes.
Right, so it'd be best to use face paint instead of masks because of that visibility, the visual obstruction of masks, so they can see where they're going and look for any cars if they're trying to cross the street.
From a safety and nutrition standpoint, a lot of families are swapping traditional candy for other items, and that really speaks to this effort of the Teal Pumpkin Project. I think we have some video. If you see a teal pumpkin on a porch, that means there's an allergy-friendly option, right, for trick-or-treaters?
Right, so they might have stickers, glow sticks, pencils, erasers, any small toys, any of those items that are non-food items. So that would be great for children who do have allergies. And if you see a child carrying a teal pumpkin bucket, then they probably have an allergy.
I love those ideas. And I also like having something for the young kids, like my 1.5-year-old who's not going to eat the chocolate bar, right?
Yeah.
But having goldfish or veggie straws or something, that it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but can be an option.
Yeah, so there are lots of options like that, and we do want to make sure that every child is able to participate. Yeah. And then there are blue buckets out there, so and that denotes that they may have autism or a sensory processing disorder. So we want to make sure that adults are aware of that, and they may not say please, thank you. They may be nonverbal. So if that happens, then they just might have a sensory disorder.
Okay, I love that reminder. That's really important. Maybe we can even limit the lights then when we see a child coming to our house with a blue bucket. Leah, thanks so much. A lot more we want to cover in our next half hour of WFMY News 2 Mornings. Stay with us.